Oh shit. It's time, y'all. You know what time it is? Let's it's time to make a tier list. So why am I doing this today? Well, first of all, I just happen to be at work today, minding my own business. I think I stepped away from my desk while walking across to the next building. I log on to Facebook and I see some spicy opinions out there from all sorts of people talking about different flavors of Pop Tarts and which ones are S tier, which ones are bottom tier. And boy, y'all have some whack ass takes out there. Let me tell you. So, you know what we're going to do today? We're going to go ahead and have a tier list. It's about time. This is overdue. So, let's get into it. Oh, Alessandro, we'll get there. So, I'm on the Pop Tarts website and I wanted to put some restrictions on all of this. One, we're going to only talk about flavors that are kind of widely available, so none of the special edition flavors, the limited edition flavors or anything. And two, a couple of these flavors, like what's this? These pretzel boys? What's this pretzel boy? Get this the fuck out of here. These crisp, these bites, get these bullshits out of here. And these Simplies, you don't eat Pop-Tarts to be healthy. That's not what we're here for today. Disqualified. So, blue raspberry does stay because it's its own separate flavor, and I will get to that at its own moment. But what we're going to do is we're just going to fucking start from the top. Oh, yes. So, the initial rules, my criteria for judging what makes a Pop-Tart delicious and where they fall on the tier list. One, I'd say the most important sophistication part of it is that they have to be able to taste delicious, either toasted or untoasted. That is a big deal. Because there's some of these Pop-Tarts flavor that hit way different toasted than they do untoasted. So based off of my judgment, that's what I'm going to go off of. Two, if you for some reason have never had a Pop-Tart in your life, just sit back and watch. Your opinion is invalid and is not needed today. And not to mention, it'll just be full ass wrong. Three, I guess if you're immediately going to pop in here and say toast or strudel and ignore this whole discussion, just sit back and watch, because today is not the toast or strudel tier list. It's for goddamn Pop-Tarts. So, as long as we're okay with all those rules. Oh, my mic, just as a quick question, I am using a Audio-Technica AT2020. It's a condenser mic. Eventually I'll get a better, more dynamic one, but I wanted to kind of get into a medium budget right now. Nonetheless, here we go. Let's just start from the top. We're not going to do this Fruit Loops flavor, although that shit probably smacks. Raspberry. Raspberry? Y'all are going to hate me for this? And by the way, a lot of these are subjective, and that's what this discussion is for. But you're going to hate me for this? Raspberry? Secret S tier. If y'all haven't had raspberry Pop-Tarts, go uplift yourself and try a raspberry Pop-Tart today. That bitch smacks cold. That bitch smacks lukewarm. That bitch smacks toasted. If you don't like raspberry, then you just hate raspberry flavoring in general. And I don't know what's wrong with you. Raspberries ain't did nothing to you unless you're allergic. They go great in all smoothies. Have you ever had like a frozen raspberry like popsicle, like the Dole ones? Them bitches hit different during any season, and I don't know why. But nonetheless, raspberry, secret S tier. It's like the pick, using fighting game terms for those people in the FGC. It's like when people found out that Adon was really good in Street Fighter 4. That's raspberry. Raspberry's Adon. All right, so next up, we are looking at, all right, there's a distinguisher here. Unfrosted brown sugar cinnamon. So this is what kind of made me decide to want to do the tier list from the beginning, is I saw, where's Tommy? Where's Tommy at? Too Clutch, get his ass in here. Get Mr. Hot Takes, Rhythm Game Community's Hot Takes in here. I saw him wondering why people hated brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts. And I agree. I don't get it. However, this unfrosted bullshit, I made a statement early on, and I'm gonna stick to it. Any Pop Tart that's unfrosted is C or lower by default. Fuck that. Not this whole bullshit. I said earlier on, if you're like, oh, it's just too much sugar. Too much sugar in my Pop Tarts. I don't want. You don't eat Pop Tarts to be fucking healthy, motherfucker. Everyone knows that Pop Tart probably has three ingredients: gluten, pastry, and whatever magical science chemical bullshit that they make it so that way it doesn't go bad on you and stays in that metal wrap. That's it. Three main ingredients. Oh, and sugar is the secret ingredient. It's the inert ingredient, but it has sugar in it. So when you take unfrosted Pop-Tarts and you take the frosting off, you're just depriving yourself of just that much more of a delicious experience. What the fuck are you doing? But brown sugar is quite powerful. It's quite strong. So I'm going to put unfrosted brown sugar Pop-Tarts in C tier. It can never get better than that. That's where it is. Fight me. All right, so next up, chocolate fudge. So, oh, by the way, why am I making a tier list? I'll give a little background as to how much I like Pop-Tarts. I have since taken some breaks from Pop-Tarts because I'm trying to become a strong boy and cut down on the fat fats and slim up a little bit. I used to eat Pop-Tarts for a snack every single day. I used to work at a restaurant that was right next to a grocery store, and they had Pop-Tarts that were always on sale for maybe like a box. They'd be like 2 for $5 or something like that. And I used to smack those bitches every day, and they were fucking delicious. I've had almost every flavor of Pop-Tarts that's on here. There may be a couple that I don't know, but I've had every single flavor. Chocolate fudge? I'm sorry, y'all. If you are a chocolate fudge person, that's some D tier ass Pop-Tarts. What the fuck is wrong with you? Sure. I'm going to put chocolate fudge. That's a D tier ass Pop-Tart. And I'm going to tell you why. The initial criteria of Pop-Tarts have to be good toasted and frozen. I mean, toasted and untoasted. The chocolate fudge one is pretty good toasted. Notice how I say it's pretty good. It's decent. When you have it lukewarm, I don't know what the fuck happens with the chemical constitution, but it tastes like I'm chewing. It's almost like someone put like mixed Ovaltine and Yoo-Hoo together and made a paste out of it and then decided to let it sit out in the sun and just congeal up. It tastes like congealed chocolate flavoring. The only saving grace for chocolate fudge is, have you ever stuck it in the freezer? It's kind of good, but lukewarm, garbage. Decent at best toasted. D tier. Unfrosted strawberry. I don't care what this new movement of like unfrosted strawberry Pop-Tarts are way better than they should be, but that's trash tier, y'all. What the fuck is wrong with you? Garbage. Straight garbage. What? Don't even have a Pop-Tart. Don't even like do that to your body with a Pop-Tart by fucking having an unfrosted Pop-Tart. What the hell is wrong with you? Stop it. So next up, cookie dough. So I don't have anything against chocolate. I don't have anything against chocolate Pop-Tarts, but they're not my favorite. However, I do recognize the strength of chocolate chip cookie dough Pop-Tarts as being a very solid B tier. And I'm going to tell you why. So where the chocolate fudge goes way too far with the chocolate on chocolate on chocolate, and it's not even good chocolate, the cookie dough has the right texture. It has the right amount of chocolate in it, and the icing on top of it. It all just kind of complements and blends together. The only knock I have against it is it's not that great toasted. It's like way too fucking messy. and whatever. Why not crack it open and just eat the filling? Because that's the people who say that are people who pour milk first and then cereal on top of it. Why are you doing it that way? No, that's not how a Pop-Tart should be enjoyed, as a complete package. I mean, and that's a good point. If you hate the icing so much, just crack it open, use a scalpel, split it open, and just spoon it out into your face. But that's way too much effort for a Pop-Tart. A Pop-Tart is supposed to be mobile and maybe take 2 minutes at best to toast that bitch to the right temperature. It's a quick snack. You shouldn't be doing surgery to a Pop-Tart. You're doing it wrong. But B tier for cookie dough. It's good. It's a good Pop-Tart. It's an all-around solid Pop-Tart. No complaints. Cookies and cream. Okay. I mean, I get the joke, Tracy. This is an interesting one. Cookies and cream, I'm not a fan of them toasted. And I have a little bit of a gripe with, like, yes, we are debating that they're not pastry raviolis. They are toaster pastries. I like that dichotomy better. So cookie dough, the cookies and cream, my only knock against it is just like the cookie part tastes fucking strange and chemically. But besides that, it's kind of delightful. There's nothing truly upsetting or offensive about it. If you don't like Pop-Tarts, cookies, and cream, I hope you have a good reason other than, oh, I just don't like Oreos. So, meh. That's my opinion on that. I'm gonna put it in B tier as well. Cookies and cream it's never bad. It's, sometimes it's one of those ones that hits different. B tier, the thing about B tier is it's not a bad tier. B tier are those things that, like, you know what, they're good, but sometimes they hit real different, and then they are the best. And I like in cookies and cream. I like in cookie dough and cookies and cream to being that one. Hey, that was one of the early things, is that Pop-Tarts and toaster strudels. This is not a toaster strudel discussion. There is a separate tier list for toaster strudel, and we'll get to that at some point one day. Hot fudge sundae. Hot fudge sundae is kind of fucking weird to me. In my opinion, it is unfrosted. So C tier is unfrosted. That is unfrosted brown sugar. Hold on, we're gonna get there. So, hot fudge sundae is interesting because it's basically the same shit as cookie dough, as cookies and cream, but minus like that weird ass cookie taste. That's it. And for that reason, hot fudge sundae is A tier because it built upon the negatives of cookies and cream with that weird ass cookie dough, that weird ass cookie Oreo, air quotes, legally distinct Oreo flavor, and just kept the same formula, and it fucking works. So, boom, hot fudge sundae. Bradley, I mean, it's okay to like terrible things, but you're like terrible things, and that's okay. So, hot fudge sundae is our first A tier today. Strawberry, the titular strawberry, the atypical flavor. Good. I knew you had sense. That's why I like you, Bradley. A tier. Strawberry is A tier. Strawberry is never terrible. It's never a terrible flavor to have. Hold on, let me do this a little bit better. It is never a terrible flavor to have. You'll never be dissatisfied, Most of the time when you think Pop Tarts, you think of strawberry Pop Tarts anyway. So for that, it's A. But it's a victim of its own hubris, right? Like strawberry Pop Tarts have been genericized so much that they don't do anything exceptional. They're good cold, they're good lukewarm, and they're good toasted. But they're not like they don't give you that zip, right? Like that thing where it's just like this always is strong every single day. There's nothing there's no zest, there's no joie de vivre to strawberry Pop Tarts. It's just like, yeah, this is some good shit. I wanted a Pop Tart. Yes, you're right. Strawberry is the Ryu of Street Fighter of the toasted pastry world. Even generic ass Save-A-Lot brand ones, they don't fuck up strawberry. They always nail it and get it right. That's always a flavor. Welfare Pop Tarts are always strawberry. That says something, right? But boom, strawberry is A tier for sure. Confetti cupcake. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Sorry to bump the mic. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Confetti cupcake, I'm gonna lump together with one that I already know is further down on the list, wherever it is. Oh, I don't see it. But I'm gonna extend a little bit outside the list and lump in another flavor, the vanilla milkshake flavor. Both of those, I'm actually gonna go ahead and put cupcake and those are A tier. And I'm going to tell you why. So the only thing about if you hate cake, I'm sorry, that sucks for you. But confetti cupcake, it's like the vanilla ice cream. It's always good unless you hate vanilla. It's just there. It's good. You'll never be disappointed with it. The only thing that will maybe bother you about confetti cupcake, and it's just kind of like it's an opinion thing, is, well, for one, if we go by the criteria, it's cold, it's delicious, it's cold as fuck. It is delicious as fuck cold. Lukewarm, it's great. And warm, the texture changes, so it kind of has like a melt in your mouth thing, like a freshly baked cake with icing on top of it, and it's solid. The only thing the two things I may knock on it is, depending on your preference, you may not like having texture to your Pop-Tarts, and the little sprinkles or the little jimmies on top, they have a crunch to them. And that might not be your jam. The other thing is, my personal knock is that, and this goes with the vanilla milkshake flavor as well, is that lukewarm, it's delicious, but it kind of has like a weird kind of like gummy texture to it. And that kind of throws you off a little bit. Like, you'll eat it and you'll be like, that's good, but like the mouthfeel, it has a chew to it, and that's strange. It's not enough to knock it into B tier, in my opinion. But, meh, it does kind of, it's a knock. It's a knock, if you will. So, hold on, let me adjust that. Boom. So, that's where that's at. All right, y'all wanted it. S'mores. S'mores Pop-Tarts. This is probably going to be maybe 1 out of 2 of the most decisive picks on this. So, s'mores is interesting, right? It sucks cold. Fuck off if you don't believe me. It is not great cold. Something happens to that marshmallow that makes it unbearable. Like, hey, have you tried putting real marshmallows into the fridge or whatever? Go ahead and have a ball with that. However, lukewarm and definitely hot, this bitch smacks. It's so good. It is strong. So, if we have to go by the criteria where it hits, where it's good, cold, lukewarm, toasted, it fails on the cold part, just the texture alone. However, there is literally nothing else wrong with s'mores Pop Tarts. Out of a technicality, what's going up? What's going on, all y'all watching the stream? Out of a technicality, I'm gonna put it on A tier, but it's at the top of A tier and it's kind of a secret S tier. It's secret S tier, okay? Don't get mad at me for all you s'more stands out there. It's secret S tier. Just for that reason, because a lot of y'all don't know the magic of like tossing some Pop-Tarts in the freezer. A lot of y'all haven't been woke enough yet for that. You might not be ready for that life, but it's not good in the freezer. It's not good cold. Every other way you can have it smacks. You can even double up s'mores and do like a s'mores on s'mores on s'mores. S'mores squared. Even s'mores cubed if you're feeling fancy, if you're feeling funky. Delicious. Awesome. So, I'm glad that I didn't lose any followers / get any hate mail. Stay out of my mentions with that, unless you want to talk. But, A tier. Highest A tier. Cherry. I'm going to put cherry in A tier as well. My reason for cherry being A tier, although personally, when it comes to the cherry, it's kind of like if strawberry Pop-Tarts are the Street Fighter's Ryu, right? Or Ryu if you're uncultured of the game. Cherry is the Ken. Strawberry is Sub-Zero. Cherry is Scorpion. Right? They're interchangeable. You like one or the other more than the other. I personally fall in the camp that I love cherry Pop-Tarts way more than I like strawberry. And really, if you don't like strawberry, it's just a matter of like, you just don't like, I mean, if you don't like cherry, you just don't like cherry, artificial cherry flavor in general, you just don't like cherries. So, that's kind of that. I love cherries. That's where that's at for me. So, it's going to sit there. All right, up next, blueberry. This is my opinion. This is my hot, spicy, opinionated take. But for one, I love blueberries. Like, I got to go to the store, but I put blueberries in like my overnight oats and my fucking smoothies all the time. I have nothing against blueberries. Blueberry Pop-Tarts, however, trashed here. Fucking trashed here. Get out of here with that mess. Garbage. I'm Alessandro, sorry. You're a really good rhythm game player. You're awesome. You're fun to hang out with, but your Pop-Tart taste is trash. Get out of here with that mess. Trashed here. Something's up with the fake ass blueberry that they put in these Pop-Tarts. The frosting is good. You know what? Actually, here, I'll do this. Because I'm looking ahead a little bit. I'll put it in D tier. Because there are people out there that like blueberry. But not only am I not one of them, in the history of never has anyone ever said, "Oh shit, yeah, blueberry Pop-Tarts." They usually go, "Oh, I want a Pop-Tart." And this is usually somewhere like the fucking continental breakfast at the Holiday Inn when you're at like a tournament. So you woke up in the morning, you may have like drank a little heavy the night before. You may have stayed up real late practicing scores, running sets with your faves, getting some data. You go down, you get them the make your own waffle station, you get them weird ass tasting sausages. You get a hard boiled egg if you're over 60. You get you some cereal, and then you go, I'm going to grab a Pop-Tart. And you just happen to accidentally grab the blueberry. 9 times out of 10, that shit's going to just sit there and die on the console where the TV is for house cleaning to come and pick that shit up. No one is ever excited about a blueberry Pop-Tart, except the small 10% of the population. So I'm going to be nice. I'm going to put it in D tier. because there's something worse, and it wouldn't be fair to. I mean, at least blueberry has a redeeming quality of having the neutral frosting on top. So, there's that. So next up, chocolate chip. Chocolate chip, I'm going to go ahead and put also in B tier. Nothing wrong with it. Just like, as we kind of said before with B tier, I mean, I kind of like in cookie dough and chocolate chip to be almost the same flavor, except cookie dough has a little bit more body to it. That's why it's at the top of the B tier list. But what's up, Carmen? What's up, Vilmos? Saw the announcement for Worlds. Thank you. So chocolate chip is like the rest of the B tier where, hey, nothing wrong with it. It's always pretty good to get. You're never really disappointment. But sometimes it really, really hits different. B tiers are like good fallbacks when you don't have like any of the A tiers. In which this is the A tier, by the way. You don't have any A tiers to choose from. You go to the B tiers. And you're like, all right, I'm fine with this. Simple as that. So, unfrosted blueberry, without any questions, stay out of my mentions. Not only is it trash tier, but it's the bottom of trash tier. See, Carmen, I knew that you would be one of those people. Unfrosted strawberry is trash tier. And we'll go back to this. But unfrosted strawberry are for people who want Pop-Tarts that need to watch their blood sugar. In which, in any case, you shouldn't be fucking eating Pop-Tarts anyway. The unfrosted line of Pop-Tarts are for people who want the nice things that other people can get, but say, oh, I want that. Why can't I get that? And they fucking made unfrosted to appease you, motherfuckers. It is the Pop-Tart privilege. When people are like, I want Pop-Tarts, but I don't want your Pop-Tarts. I want Pop-Tarts for me. If you don't want the Beatus, Pop-Tarts shouldn't, you just stay away from Pop-Tarts. It's just simple as that. If it hurts your teeth, brush with some sensitive toothpaste. It works. You can do it. I believe you. I believe in you. So, oh, look at this row coming up. Cinnamon roll. I don't know how many of y'all have had cinnamon roll Pop-Tarts. S tier. It's unbelievable. The only reason you would never pick cinnamon roll is if you just don't like cinnamon, which I know a lot of people that's just not their favorite flavor. Cinnamon roll, like the flavor, the icing, when it's cold and lukewarm, the icing has like that nice hardness to it, and it's like the right amount of texture. The cinnamon inside is just, it's like brown sugar cinnamon. It's a cinnamon from the brown sugar, but like flavorful. It's the same thing. And it smacks cold, smacks lukewarm, definitely smacks hot. It qualifies. It's an S tier. Get it. If you haven't had it, try some cinnamon roll. That shit smacks. Believe me. Brown sugar cinnamon. Woo! This is another one that's probably going to be super contested by a lot of people. Unfrosted Pop-Tarts are diet drinks. They kind of are. Except people like diet drinks. And I can get behind why people like it, even if it like tricks your body into thinking they're sugar. Nonetheless, before we get any more off the point, brown sugar cinnamon, I'm sorry, you're uncultured as fuck if you think brown sugar cinnamon is anything but S tier. What is wrong with y'all? Brown sugar has one of the most unique frosting on it. It's the only one that has, besides s'mores, that has just a plain ass frosting shell. And it's so distinct. It's so different. It stands out. It's brown sugar. How the fuck do y'all not like brown sugar? First of all, what is wrong with you? And then the cinnamon filling on the inside complements. It complements the brown sugar shell on top. Super smacks cold. Lukewarm, it's always great. Toasted, that bitch is marvelous. And the thing with it, when you toast it, it does the shell doesn't get gooey. It still stays hard. So it seals in the warmth and the heat. It's a scientific miracle. Go fucking kick rocks if you hate brown sugar cinnamon. You don't like nice things. So that's my take on that. If you hate brown sugar cinnamon, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. But just for everyone who's tuning in, here's the review of the tier list so far. On the right side, we got the S tier, A tier so far, B tier, C tier. There's only one in C tier, and that's unfrosted brown sugar, as we just talked about brown sugar, because it's lacking. By default, if it's unfrosted, it's C tier or lower. And the thing about brown sugar cinnamon, the thing that sets it over the top, is that frosting on top. So you're just taking away one of the best parts of it. If you had a knight with the sword and the shield, you're removing one of those. So you're either pure offense or you're pure defense. So I like all around busted unbreakable builds in here. So I don't like the nerf. Unfrosted Pop-Tarts are, you're basically nerfing a Pop-Tart. And why would you do that? So next up, Wild Berry. So Wild Berry, this one was one that I saw a lot of hate. I saw a lot of contested, a lot of opinions, a lot of spicy talk on Pop-Tarts. And Wild Berry came up in the discussion. I do believe it was Cam. They were very against. Yeah, you can feel free to tag Cam. Cam, they can watch this, on the summary, because I have it saved on everywhere. It'll be on YouTube and all the stuff. VOD on Twitch. They said that Wild Berry is trash tier. Not only am I going to disagree, Wild Berry is totally secret S tier, y'all. So let's roll back the time for those of you who are old enough. When Pop-Tarts were maybe say, we had your raspberry in certain areas. The really fancy neighborhoods and grocery stores had had raspberry. We had brown sugar cinnamon, chocolate fudge, strawberry, cherry, blueberry. And then s'mores came along. And that was it. Do y'all remember when Wild Berry dropped? Do y'all remember the commercials that would come on Saturday morning cartoons? Animaniacs would go to commercial. Wild Berry would be like, meow, meow, wild motherfucking berry, yeah. Fucking Wild Berry used to come in and kick out. Wild Berry would Kool-Aid Man your fucking front door, come in, pass you a skateboard, and y'all would go skateboarding down the street while eating some Wild Berry Pop-Tarts. Wild Berry Pop-Tarts were amazing back then. And they fucking still are. They haven't changed the formula. It's still that same formula. It's all the shit that we liked about kids. If you were a 90s or 80s kid, look at that. That's that neon blue, that bright purple. That's your fucking aesthetic. We grew up with that shit. And it tastes great. What's a wild berry? Shut the fuck up. That's what a wild berry is. I don't care if it's not a real fruit or not. It's a berry that grows in the wild. Shut up. That's why it's S tier. It's delicious. So moving on, last two, because we're not doing these Pop-Tarts bites. We don't do these snacky boys. Pop-Tarts is your snacky boy. Strawberry milkshake. So I compared it earlier to the vanilla milkshake / cupcake, where the only reason that vanilla milkshake and cupcake is frosted blueberry is like an off-brand. No, it's not an off. Frosted blueberry is not an off-brand wild berry. It is. ATB is the only person in this thread who agrees with you. That's it. Frosted blueberry, something went wrong in the blueberry process. They did all the right blueberry things with wild berry and fucked it up along the way with blueberry. but enough people liked it that they said, "Just fuck it, we'll just keep this shit. I don't give a fuck." So strawberry. So the only thing that didn't make vanilla milkshake top tier and S tier was because the texture, for some fucking reason, when you have it lukewarm, it turns into like some gummy bullshit that like tastes good, but you kind of feel real bad about eating it. It's like vanilla milkshakes are one of those Pop Tarts that you eat and you realize like, maybe this shit isn't healthy for me. Maybe I should look at this ingredient list and like see what chemicals they put in this bullshit. Strawberry milkshake has none of that. It's a milkshake, so you know it's gonna smack. You know it's gonna hit cold. Lukewarm. For somehow it doesn't gum up. It still just drips and it just feels nice. It's almost like buttercream frosting, minus like the salty twinge that buttercream frosting kind of has. So it's smooth. It's super smooth. And hot? I don't know why. I don't know how they made it that a milkshake hot tastes delicious, but fuck me, it does. Fuck me up, fam. It's delicious. So, if you haven't had strawberry milkshake, get it in your life. It's delicious. S tier. So, before we get into the last one, well, actually, let's get to the last one, and then I'll go through chat. I'll go through chat, and I will take questions, concerns. I will take if you will, your rebuttals. You get to make a case for your favorite flavor, if you will. The only one that I haven't had on this list is chocolate cupcake. I don't know what the fuck that's about. I really don't. I didn't know where it was. This is the part where I didn't do my proper research and go and find a chocolate cupcake. But frankly, there's things that are more important right now than trying to risk my life for a cupcake, for a chocolate cupcake Pop-Tart. So, that being said, chocolate cupcake is question marks. Chocolate cupcake is kind of like your secret character in your video game that you're never allowed to use in tournaments or competition or with your friends whenever you go to each other's house. But you pick it when you want to play with your little brother that doesn't know any better. And you either let's get that Pokemon theme going. There we go. And you either do great with them, you do some busted shit, or it's a joke character. So, that being said, here is the tier list again, and let's have a discussion, y'all. Let's parlay. S tier: raspberry, cinnamon roll, brown sugar, wild berry, strawberry milkshake. A tier: s'mores, hot fudge sundae, strawberry cupcake / vanilla milkshake. They're like identical, like a little bit of difference. They're echo fighters. And cherry. B tier: cookie dough, cookies and cream, and chocolate chip. C tier: unfrosted brown sugar. D tier: chocolate fudge and blueberry. Trash tier: unfrosted strawberry, unfrosted blueberry. Question mark tier: we would say chocolate cupcake, because we don't really know. Don't really know what that's like. All right, so let me go ahead and check chat really quick. Thank y'all for tuning in, by the way. Y'all are awesome. Maybe I'll do more of these. We'll discuss and we'll do more topics. All right, so the initial one is, why the fuck is strawberry not in the S tier? It's because strawberry and cherry, if you will, they are, I use the example, they're the Ryu. If you're using Street Fighter, they're the Ryu and Ken, right? They're the Sub-Zero and the Scorpion. Mario, Luigi, keep on going. Strawberry is always good. It's strawberry is what you think of when you think of a Pop Tart. But the thing is that it doesn't do anything exceptional. And cherry is also A tier because for the same reasons, but where, if you think like, those two, all of those examples where like maybe Ken does these kicks. Ken has fire when he does his kicks and his DPs. And Ryu just fucking looks cool and is what I think of. Like cherry is a little bit different. And the reason why you maybe like cherry or strawberry more than the other is that it just depends on your preference. I'm just a motherfucker that likes cherries. So that's why I like cherry more. But I like them the same. You're never disappointed getting a strawberry or cherry Pop-Tart. The discontinued apple flavor. So, if we scroll down, apple cinnamon exists. They just kind of made it whatever. They made it into a simple one in which, once again, as we have mentioned, if you are trying to watch your figure while eating Pop-Tarts, you really shouldn't be eating a Pop-Tart because these are not for you. Not everything is fucking for you, Carla. Karen. There's no Carla. Carla's not watching. Not everything is for you, Karen. God. So I don't think I had the apple cinnamon is delicious. If I could, I would put apple cinnamon in A. However, if there was and I'm going to put an asterisk here. S tier. Have y'all had the apple strudel Pop-Tarts? Holy fuck shit. Them bitches are amazing. And they were limited as hell, and I am so sad. By the way, this is now the time in which let's start throwing in some like limited edition flavors. I still have like a little bit of time before I gotta go and do some yoga. So start throwing out your dream flavors. They're gonna get asterisks because they don't technically count, but theoretical tier list. Apple strudel, what the fuck? Why is it so good? I miss it. If you don't like apple strudels in real life, just as an actual pastry, you don't fucking like apples, or you have the beatus, or you're one of those people that's like, oh, it's too much sugar, and you shouldn't be eating pastries anyway. So what the fuck are you doing? The other S tier limited edition flavor, the red velvet cake. What the fuck? That it's so good. It does. Red velvet cake does all of like the chocolate. So like let's for instance, let's take chocolate fudge, right? Basically, for those of you who don't know, red velvet cake is basically chocolate cake in a nutshell. It's the same shit, but with like a whipped cream frosting on top. It basically beat chocolate fudge at its own game. Chocolate fudge decided to spec in chocolate and doubled down on it. Red velvet cake said, I'm going to go ahead and spec in chocolate too. But I'm going to, yes, or the apples and the acids and apples and cause things with your body. Of course. I mean, a side little disclaimer to the tier list is that obviously if you're allergic to any of these fruits, you not only does your opinion not count for that fruit, but you get an exemption because duh. No, yeah, and I get it. My dad actually is like, he can't eat fruit that's not cooked because the acids like totally fuck his stomach up. So I get it. That's a good disclaimer. Red velvet cake is amazing. S tier, free. It's so free. So I haven't had the orange crush Pop-Tarts, and I keep on seeing them. And the reason I haven't had them is because I decided to like cut back on my carbs and work towards becoming a strong boy. So I missed out, unfortunately. What do you think, right? Like this is like Jad, tell me what you think about the Orange Crush Pop-Tarts. Because I'm very curious. I've been wondering. It's Does it taste way more on the orange candy side, or does it somehow get that proper balance between like orange and cream that it should? If it's orange and cream, S tier easily. If it's like orangey as fuck, I'm gonna put that in C because that's too much. Orange is like one of those flavors where like you can really fuck it up if like you try to go too hard on it with the artificial. Have I seen the caramel? Have I had caramel apple? I didn't know that that was a thing. Wait a minute. Research is needed. Let's Google. Oh shit. I have seen it. I had no interest in buying it because they threw that green frosting on top. And I didn't know what the fuck that was about. It's a soda in solid form. Okay. So if it's great cold, meh, everything else, and it's like that's C tier at best. Yeah, I remember chocolatey caramel. What the fuck? Is that real? What is this shit? Yes, I use Bing as my search engine. You get Bing points in which I can redeem for Microsoft dollars to buy Xbox games and Windows games. Kick rocks. Gift cards are also nice too. You can redeem them for gift cards. Don't judge me. I flip flop between both. But yeah, I never had caramel apple. That probably, if I can get past the green, it might be delicious. I don't know. Have you had it? What do y'all think? What other flavors were there? Let's do a little googly. Let's do a search. Let's see if we can actually get a list of some limited edition Pop Tarts. Yo, okay. All right. This is nice. Yeah, we're not Japan. Gingerbread, never had it. Don't know what to think of it. I can't tell. Maple bacon, I had this. It is fucking, oh my god, garbage tier. Maple bacon is so bad. That came out during that maple craze, during the bacon craze, and one thing, guys, artificial bacon, not good. It's not good at all. Just don't do it. Haven't had watermelon. Personally, I'm not a fan. Like, outside of Jolly Ranchers and certain candies, I'm personally not a fan of, like, watermelon. But to each their own. You might like it. Of course I didn't have Gatorade. I don't live in Florida. I don't even give a shit about the University of Florida. Y'all are ridiculous down there. Y'all want to stay outside and catch coronavirus like idiots. So you don't even deserve a good warrant. You don't even deserve a good review of like your Pop-Tart. We already said red velvet cake is fucking S tier as fuck. Chocolate strawberry, yeah, no, it's the thing is, Laura, it's not even savory. It's like it's maple, but when people think of like bacon, they try to capture like the salty part of bacon, the salty and like smoked bacony part, and that doesn't go well in a lot of things. So it's like a really salty, it's a salty Pop-Tart basically. It's not good. Chocolate strawberries are only good in real life as chocolate dipped strawberries. They are terrible in any other combination. They have failed every single time artificially. Get the fuck out. Blue raspberry. So there is a blue raspberry flavor that's currently out. And I will. So that being said, this isn't going to get the asterisk as like a limited edition flavor. Blue raspberry is actually C tier. And I'm going to tell you why. Blue raspberry has all of the deliciousness of raspberry, But due to like I think the actual like dye that they use in blue raspberry, it adds a weird fucking taste to it. And if you can get past it, then you'll probably think it's A tier. But because of that weird ass taste, it drops it really bad. Not enough to the point of being inedible, but just like, oh, I don't like that. I have no opinion on pumpkin pie. I am deathly allergic, if you will, to sweet potatoes. So growing up, I was always afraid to. Has that Pokemon music not been on the entire time? Shit, that should have been. So I've always been afraid to have pumpkin pie. Because what if it was sweet potatoes? I'd get sick. And honestly, to me, sweet potato, I think pumpkin pie tastes like sweet potato pie anyway. So like, it's an immediate every single time. All y'all pumpkin spice having motherfuckers out there probably love you some goddamn pumpkin pie Pop-Tarts. So I can't even like legitimately put it on my tier list because that would be I wouldn't be able to do it in good faith. So that's exempt. All right, so let's go back to limited edition flavors. I don't know about frosted strawberry split. I don't know about the splits. However, Pop-Tarts is sleeping on not making a cheesecake, like a strawberry cheesecake flavor. What the fuck? That's probably delicious. Why aren't you doing that? Cheesecake is amazing, y'all. They have a factory for it. Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory is their balls are so huge that they basically told every single landlord, we're not paying rent during this time. And you ain't going to do shit about it. And the landlords are like, you're right, because what the fuck are we going to do with the gaudy ass building that looks like that? So, fuck that. Tar Heel Berry, I don't care. Confetti cake, it's the same thing as the cupcake flavor. That being said, it's an A tier. It's literally the same exact thing. I think that spawned off into the confetti cake. They tried to lie about it. Have I had the Jolly Rancher once? No, and I saw them and I had zero interest because congealing down a Jolly Rancher and mixing it with like the frosted the frosting and then like the breading of a Pop-Tart just doesn't sound good to me. And I would imagine that like after a certain point, the Jolly Rancher flavors would just be the same fucking thing as like their counterparts of normal flavors. Marshmallow hot chocolate. You know what? That's probably really good. That's probably an A tier. You don't think cheesecake would taste great? I think cheesecake would probably taste great hot. It would, I mean, it might be A tier because that might be like its only knock, but you know that it's hitting lukewarm and cold. You know that shit's gonna smack. I already talked about gingerbread. Has anyone had grape? So grape, it's interesting, right? I'm gonna put grape as B tier. Grape is weird. So, first of all, how much you like grape Pop-Tarts is going to depend on how much you like the artificial grape flavor. Because it most certainly doesn't taste like... Here, I'll actually say this. Let's be specific here. One thing that sucks about America is that there are certain... I mean, that sucks and is also a good thing, is that there are certain artificial flavors that we fucking nail. And then there are some that we fuck up on. It's just not as good. Compared to like Asia, our grape artificial flavoring sucks. Grape artificial flavoring is somehow, it tastes like you're having a fucking grape anywhere else in the world. Besides like parts of Europe. But like in Asia, it tastes like you're having a fucking grape. If they made Pop-Tarts that tasted like that, a grapes and cream, my man, my guys, people, S tier. But because it's that artificial grape flavoring and shit, And the frosting on top doesn't do enough to kind of like add like that creaminess that like a grape milkshake would have, which grape milkshakes are delicious. Um, it's going to stay at like a B tier. It just tastes like grape flavoring. It's exactly what you think it is. What's that? Does that say vanilla ice cream cone? Haven't had it. Don't know what that's about. It's probably good. It looks like it's a good blend of like chocolate and whatever. Said red velvet cake. Blueberry muffin. So I haven't had it because as I've expressed my hate for artificial blueberry flavoring. However, that might taste good. That might tone down the blueberry flavoring just enough and offset it with like the cream of the what looks to be like a creamy inside. That is probably fine. So that's what I think on that. Chocomallow Sundae. Man, they wildin' with some of these flavors. Oh, it's only at Target. That's why. I don't go to Target to buy my Pop-Tarts. I just go to a fucking grocery store like a civilized human being. I go to Target for other such sophisticated bullshit. So, that looks like that's probably the same thing as like this vanilla ice cream cone or like see that I would put this one as probably like a B tier because it's specializing. There's an orange cream Pop-Tart. Probably. I remember seeing it. I want to say that I've had it. See, with the Chocomallow Sundae, right? You're taking like the s'mores. Like it looks like you have everything on the s'mores end correct, but you're deciding to speck in the marshmallow instead of blending it in with like chocolate and everything else. And the thing about specialist builds is that they can never be anything above A tier because it's a niche. Chocomallow is clearly a niche for someone who loves them some fucking marshmallow. They love them some fluff. And no way. Georgia Peach, I don't even want to think about that. I have no idea what that's about. I don't even care about Georgia like that. All right. So ATB, you asked about the Jolly Rancher flavors, right? Never had them. What the fuck? Watermelon. Watermelon Jolly Ranchers are delicious, by the way. All right, I got to do a couple more, and then I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Let's scroll down. Yeah, I don't know what the Jolly Ranchers ones taste like. You said the caramel apple. Strawberry milkshake, so good. Look at that. This is why strawberry milkshake is S tier, because it was a special edition one. It came back. It hit so hard that they kept it as a permanent flavor. Vanilla milkshake, they're like, nah, people didn't fuck with that. Cherry turnover is pretty good. It reminds me of the apple one, like the apple cinnamon ones, where like apple cinnamon is a flavor of Pop-Tart that's like actually, it's probably it's the best unfrosted Pop-Tart that I think you can get because it's good. That shit was delicious. Cherry turnover. I think I'd put apple. You know what? Here, I'll actually give it. Apple sin / apple is in B tier. So that's the exemption. That's the exception to like unfrosted, because it doesn't parade around as an unfrosted Pop-Tart. It just is by circumstance. All right, that's it. I gotta go and do yoga. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to this tier list. This might be tier list Thursdays. This might be a thing. Let me know on either Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, on my Twitch. All of it, everything has the same name. YouTube, Twitch, that everything is Eijikun, EIJIKEN. You can kind of see it down there at the bottom right corner. Follow me that everywhere. I would love to hear from you. Listen, what do we want to do next, man? Like talking shit over tier lists is kind of fun. And for those of you who said, let's review this tier list one last time before I have to go. S tier: raspberry cinnamon roll, brown sugar, wildberry strawberry milkshake, and then limited edition apple strudel and red velvet. I haven't had the orange cream flavor, so I can't confirm it, or at least I don't remember it, and I'm not going to go off of hazy memory. S'mores, hot fudge sundae, strawberry cupcake / vanilla milkshake, cherry, A tier. B tier, chocolate chip cookie dough, cookies and cream, chocolate chip, and then special edition were grape and apple cinnamon and slash apple. C tier, unfrosted brown sugar and blue raspberry. D tier, chocolate fudge, blueberry. Trash tier, unfrosted strawberry, unfrosted blueberry, maple bacon. That's, and question mark is chocolate cupcake, because I haven't had it. No one can confirm nor deny what that's like. That's my tier list on Pop-Tarts. Fight me if you wish. You won't do it. You're not even allowed to go outside, so how are you going to fight me? But let me know what y'all think. Thanks for watching, y'all. Keep it spicy. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Wash your goddamn hands. Stay inside unless you are an essential worker or have to really, really go outside. And we can get through this, all of us together. Like you. I love you. Thank you very much. Peace.